One man is being victimized by our own government. One man whom they fear, yet whom millions love. One man who is willing to take the poison arrows of lawfare. One man whose voice has been taken away by a corrupt judge operating in a corrupt system. One man who has been ridiculed and insulted. One man who refused to back down. One man who refused to back down. One man who refused to back down. One man who stands between us and them. One man that wants to see America protected again. One man who wants to see America prosper again. One man who understands that a man is a man and a woman is a woman. One man who understands and protects the blessing of life. One man who wants to restore American exceptionalism. One man who once again wants to make America that shining city on a hill for all to see. A place where all the people of the world glowingly set their eyes upon. America. One man who unashamedly wants to make America great again. That one man is Donald Trump.
This is Fanfare with Barry Cunningham. Breaking news into the Fanfare newsfeed.
I think that Elon Musk's cooperation and/or technical relationships with other countries is worthy of being looked at. Whether or not he is doing anything inappropriate, I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting that it's worth being looked at. But that's all I'll say.
How?
There's a lot of ways. All right.
What you heard there was a speech that Dementia Joe gave back in 2023. And he was struggling to tell people that he wasn't happy with Elon Musk. And you know, we're going to see what we can do. And one of the reporters asked the question, how? And he came out and said, we got a lot of ways, whatever that meant. Well, today we found out what that meant. You know, a lot of guys out here on YouTube will create videos and titles and stuff that try to bait people, clickbait, to get people to click on it and talk about things or watch the video. I don't do that. If you see a headline by me, I'm going to talk about specifically what I put out there. So tonight it's 7:30 now. Earlier, about an hour or two ago, the Biden Harris, she can't extricate herself from it. She is intricately linked with Joe Biden at this point. They have decided that they are going to go after Elon Musk. They are going to put the full weight of the federal government behind taking down Elon Musk any way they can. Personally, the business, whatever they need to do, they have now decided 45 days from the election, we need to do something about this Avenger in the Trump camp. We need to take him down. I've told you guys before that I have considered this election to be in the landslide category. And I keep showing you these things so that you can look at these things and say, yeah, maybe Barry's right. Somebody who was winning, somebody who was close to Trump in the polls wouldn't be acting this way. We're seeing completely desperate actions taking place with the Kamala Harris team. And you got to believe this is all about trying to get Kamala Harris elected. They have to shut up Elon Musk. There was an article, let's see if I can pull this up, if it shows up well enough on this link here, so you guys can see it yourself, because I can't believe that our American government is doing this. But they are. They're absolutely going after a private citizen merely because they don't like his politics and what he has to say. There we go. Okay. This is on Fox Business. SEC will seek, this was, as you can see, today at 5:29 p.m. On a Friday at the end of the day, on a news dump, they decide basically, let's go ahead and mess with Elon. SEC will seek sanctions against Elon Musk in Twitter probe over failure to appear in court. Sanctions, no less. Musk waited until 3 hours before a court hearing to advise that he would not appear. And from the article, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, said it intends to seek sanctions against Elon Musk after he failed to appear and testify in court amid the agency's probe into his $44 billion takeover of Twitter, which he renamed X, obviously. So they're digging in to figure out, how did you make this sale happen? Maybe we can invalidate it. The SEC is asking for a court order to show cause why the Tesla CEO and SpaceX owner should not be held in civil contempt after he said he wouldn't appear a mere 3 hours before the scheduled September 10th testimony. Reuters reported this with a citing a filing in San Francisco federal court. If you understand what happened in San Francisco, in addition to all this stuff going on, Elon Musk is moving the entire company out of San Francisco into Texas. In fact, he put up a giant neon sign on the top of the building, and it merely said, GFY. Go F yourself. He put it on a big sign on top of the building. Musk's actions violated May 31st court order compelling his testimony, the filing said. Instead of appearing in court, Musk traveled to Florida's Cape Canaveral the same day to observe the launch of the SpaceX Polaris Dawn mission. Musk's excuse itself smacks of gamesmanship, said SEC lawyer Robin Andrews. The court must make clear that Musk's gamesmanship and delay tactics must cease. The SEC declined to comment. We're not talking to anybody. We're just going to go after this guy. You mean the same guy that you need to go up and rescue the astronauts stuck in space? You're willing to jeopardize that mission and everything that goes along with saving those people because you got to get Elon Musk to shut up before the election. Really? Is that where our government is at this point? Getting text and everything, people are freaking out. Don't believe the polls. People who are winning don't do this kind of stuff. They don't act this kind of nutty that they're trying to do everything to take down their opponent. And I do mean everything. You've seen it. So let's continue. Let's look at a couple of X posts that went up. And let me look at this one here. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission intends to seek sanctions, as I said, against Elon Musk for failing to appear for a court-ordered testimony for his Twitter takeover, rather Twitter purchase. The swamp doesn't like it when they can't control what you say. The SEC is investigating whether or not Musk broke federal securities laws when he bought Twitter in 2022. Oh, so you think he may have broken some laws when he bought Twitter for $44 billion back in 2022. What laws could he possibly have broken? Oh, but you're speaking out against the Democrats. That's the biggest law on the books. You can't do that. So now we got to dig into every nook and cranny of your business and how you conducted yourself to see if we can stop you. See if we maybe can seize this company. In the court filing, they said the sanctions would seek an order, which I just read. Here's what Elon previously had to say about the SEC. I'm not going to play that because he's got some choice words about the SEC. Don Lucre, breaking news, the U.S. government is officially targeting Elon Musk. The SEC will sanction Musk in its Twitter acquisition probe. Joe Biden threatened Elon on September 10th, 2023, and now we know why. Yes, you absolutely know why at this point. They threatened Elon Musk. Over a year ago, we're coming after you. You talk too much, and you're aligning yourself with that orange man. So now we're pissed off. This is where our government's doing at this point. They're not looking for 300,000 kids. They're not out there trying to find out how do we get all these newcomers from doing the crazy stuff that they're doing. No, let's go after this guy who spent $44 billion on a social network. You see what's going on? I mean, I hope it's clear to you. This is just insane stuff that these people are trying to do. Let's go with this one from Chuck Colesto. Another breaking report. Everybody, it just blew up all of a sudden. This action by the SEC follows Musk's non-compliance with subpoenas related to the probe, focusing on his stock purchases and statements during his takeover process. So I want you to understand what they've done. They've taken basically an entire year, maybe 2 years, decided what they were going to do is go through every single form, every single payment, everything they possibly can to find out what he did, how he did it, and see if they could invalidate something. Unfortunately for the government, everybody can see through what you're doing here. And I'm pretty sure a guy who was willing to plunk down $44 billion had his T's crossed and his I's dotted. You're reaching here. You're trying to do, as Nancy Pelosi called it, the smear campaign, because now what you're going to see all over X, oh, Elon Musk is going to go to jail. He's going to do this. This is going to happen. We're going to take over Twitter. We're going to put it back the way it used to be. They're running around with their hair on fire at this point, trying to figure out how do we take Twitter back, because without Twitter, she's at a complete disadvantage. X. I keep calling it Twitter. Charlie Kirk chimed in. Elon Musk is a free speech warrior. I rarely do this anymore, but you need to retweet this if you stand with Elon Musk against the latest SEC harassment for buying X. If you have a Twitter account, get out there and let people know, as I've been telling you, you know the famous statement, we're mad as hell and we ain't going to take this shit anymore. You people have lost your minds. It's 40-something days to the election, and you can't even fathom what's going on. It gets worse when I show you the stuff. The rest, I mean, I wasn't even going to go live tonight. I was going to take a nice, easy dinner, go out, maybe go see a movie with the wife, and then like, what is going on? How are these people just completely losing their minds? It's obvious at this point that what happened is that that thing, whatever you want to call it, with Oprah last night did not work well. They must at this point have the data from it and go, oh man, she flubbed that too? Yeah, she flubbed that. Go drop the probe on Elon. Go ahead, go do that, because we can't have this. It's unfathomable what's actually going on here. I mean, I can't even, I don't recognize this government anymore. Which means you really, really, really need to get the coalition together and go out there and vote for Trump in November. Because if you're seeing what they're doing to people who have $44 billion at stake, you and I don't stand a chance. You and I are just like in the blades of the lawnmower. We'd be done. They're taking shots at big people like this, literally, we don't have anything to say. Ryan Fournier, our government is targeting Elon Musk. The Securities and Exchange Commission is seeking sanctions over Elon's purchase of Twitter, then Twitter. These people are tyrants. I think you would agree. We're living as if we're under dictatorial government. Not a government by the people, of the people, for the people. Who wants to see this happen to people? Why would you ever do this if you wanted things to be on a level playing field? If you just thought your candidate could win? We are way past the point of equity, equality in our elections. At this point, it's nothing but lawfare, which tells you, and really tells you, beyond the fact that the polls are BS, just ignore them. Just don't even look at them anymore. It must tell you that the whole Ness and Dorma thing that Trump did is really freaking these people out. Can you imagine the data that Trump could release in conjunction with RFK Jr. on X? Don't even need any of the media? Go away. I don't need you. Don't need you. Don't need any of you. I'm going to get with Elon, and we're going to release this information over the course of a week, and you can't stop us. You can't turn down the television. You can't make the network don't broadcast it. Think long game. Think even beyond the election at this point. It is the one network that information can be disseminated to everybody in the world in seconds. Literally in seconds. Out there. Don't have to wait till, Dana Bash comes on TV on CNN. Don't have to wait till Brett Baer or Jesse Waters gets on Fox. Boom, boom, poof, everywhere. Imagine the sphincter tightening with people understanding this guy's coming for us. He's making no bones about it. He is going to take the deep state out. Whoever is a part of this deep state. And at this point, other than taking him out and shutting Elon Musk down, there's nothing you can do about it. Not a damn thing you can do about it. And we're all sitting here with bated breath and drooling and going, oh, this would be awesome. This would be awesome. You want to know another thing? How I know that last night was a big problem? I want to show you something that came out. If I can find it, I forgot to get this one ready for you, but I can pull it back up. This one was just crazy. If I can find it, come on. I can tell you anyway. The news now is that Kamala Harris is basically begging for another debate. Begging. Going to all the networks. Get him over here. We need another debate. All this happened today. I can't find it. Of course, I didn't have it ready. But she wanted a debate right away. Second debate. Well, if she won the first one, if she won the first debate, as everybody is saying, why would you be begging and scrambling to have a second debate? You wouldn't. You wouldn't at all. This one says, Elon Musk, they're trying to put him in jail for not showing up to a hearing. These people are scared and corrupt. Absolutely. They better be terrified at this point. It should almost give you guys a little bit of, take a deep breath, relax, because what we're seeing is these people just completely freaking out. This one here says, Biden-Harris SEC seeking sanctions against Elon Musk. The weaponization continues. Today, Biden-Harris's SEC told Reuters that it intends to seek sanctions against Elon Musk in its unfounded Twitter probe. Biden made it clear he wanted every agency to target the billionaire, and he got his wish. Can you name a single agency not targeting Elon Musk or one of his companies? The Biden-Harris Department of Education is reportedly investigating Elon's plane to open the Ad Astra School in Bastrop, Texas. This isn't the America I think that you knew. That America is long gone at this point. It just doesn't exist. I don't have really the words to say this talk about this because it's so pissing me off that we're seeing these people flail like this. They've dug their own hole. You did what you did in 2020, and you never thought people would react the way they did, but they did. And then you thought, you know what, we'll get into office and everybody will forget about what happened in 2020. And people didn't forget. Well, at least we beat Donald Trump and he won't be back around to cause problems. And he's come back stronger than ever. Oh my gosh, what do we do? Okay, so let's go ahead and make sure RFK Jr. is not on the ballot anywhere, and we'll keep him off so that Dementia Joe can be the person. He can be the nominee. But then Dementia Joe slides off the stage at the first debate. They got to install Kamala, and then all of a sudden, the planets align, and you've got Elon, Trump, RFK Jr., Tulsi, and at this point, you have nothing but cackling Kahlua Kamala. That's it. You're done. You're absolutely done, and you're hoping that the media can save the day. And obviously, you're worried the media's not going to do it. You're terrified that the media can't keep her going. The billionaire excellence nonpareil host couldn't keep her afloat. You took the arguably one of the biggest and most established broadcasters in the world, put her on a stage with Kamala Harris, and she couldn't keep her propped up. Everybody saw through that charade that you put out there. And then today, on Friday, you're freaking out. And you're dropping information to Reuters that we got to go take Elon Musk down. Quick, do something. Man. and people are recalling now what Dementia Joe said. Right after Elon bought Twitter at that time, there's a lot of ways to get him. And his nasty look he has on his face. There's a lot of ways to get him. I think I've heard someone else say that. I'm pretty sure Chuck Schumer said when you start poking around these three-letter agencies, especially the CIA, they can come at you 5 ways from Sunday. What do you mean by that, Chuck? What did you mean by that? Is that how they kept you in line for decades? Just do what you say, what we tell you. We'll keep you getting money and just vote the way we tell you. Otherwise, we're going to come at you 5 ways from Sunday. So right now, we're seeing these tentacles of our government just flailing, just not knowing what to do. It's just crazy at this point. And the reason being is they're going up a guy who really has FU money. And he's got the best attorneys. They already know what the strategy they're utilizing. They know what they're going to do. And he's said it many times. Go F yourself. You're not going to take me down. And meanwhile, you've got a guy who's putting out posts like this. The Democratic administrative state is flying millions of future voters directly into swing states. They are being sent to cities and towns throughout Ohio, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Arizona. He's putting it out there. This one, just small post, 29 million. Those of you unfamiliar with simple math, if you don't prosecute criminals, of course, crime is down. He's tearing them apart. This one, only 9 million. Huge scandal unfolding in Chicago public schools. Teachers are admitting that they've been instructed to give migrant students a passing grade in every subject. Just pass them. We don't care. This one, another 2.6 million. This one he reposted. The real risk of a Trump presidency. Ukraine war ends. Border wall built. Mass deportations and on. That was just a repost for 1.5 million. 206 Democrats voted to allow non-citizens to vote in U.S. elections. After Mike Johnson put it out, he posted it. This one, 7.5 million. Lady Gaga's dad is going to endorse or has endorsed Trump. He put this out, 1.1 million. creepy that they would vote against this. 158 Dems vote against the bill to deport newcomers who commit those kinds of crimes. Those kinds of crimes. 26 million. He's on a rampage. At this point, they've pissed this guy off. He's got the biggest following, I think, in the world, even bigger than Tay-Tay. And he's hitting them hard with every single post. I mean, I could literally have just kept scrolling. I mean, you guys go to his profile and you just see this one here for the United States, for the world, Trump must win. He reposted that. 68 million. Can you guys see that? 68 million people have seen it. He's posting more about the Democrats destroying them than he is about his own company. It is absolutely phenomenal at this point that this man has taken his platform, not just the platform of X. I'm talking about his personal platform. His personal platform with 193 million followers. 193 million followers. And he has taken it upon himself, as he has said in his own words, to destroy the woke mind virus for what they've done to his son. And so today, close of business, the SEC, the Kamala Biden administration has decided they're going to go after him with everything they have. The only thing I can say about that is GFY. I mean, at this point, we all as Americans need to stand up and see what's going on. Understand that she's desperate. They're desperate. And people who are this... Oh, wait a minute. Something else I wanted to show you. People who are this desperate don't act this way. Want to see how desperate they really are? You're not going to believe this one. After everything that Trump has been through, I couldn't believe this one. This is going to show you just how desperate these people really are. All right, I want you to read this. Shock report. Experts are now expressing concern that the globalists may attempt to use surface-to-air missiles to take out Trump Force One. Should Trump receive an Air Force escort? What? Y'all that desperate? You really think she's ahead? I mean, seriously, at this point, you have to see it, right? It's not just Barry saying it. You know what I mean? Now you want to take surface-to-air missiles and like shoot this guy down out the sky? That's the next step you need to go to? But we're supposed to believe that these polls make any sense whatsoever? I'm trying to back up the claim that I've said many times. Stop listening to these polls. And I get a lot of people who email me and they say things like, well, the poll said this and the poll said that and the other thing. And I've tried to tell you many times how these things are complete, utter BS. And I saw something today, see if I can find this one, which I just thought was incredibly funny. And it was something that Dan Bongino put out. Yeah, here it is. Believe absolutely nothing. Big words, no room for error, nothing emanating from the lib media. Nothing. And you'll save yourself a lot of unnecessary headaches. Just skip over them. When they tell you Kamala's up by 6 here, she's up by 4 here. Really? She can't draw anybody. She's drawing flies in Georgia. There's nobody there. It's amazing when you sit back and you realize it would be like playing a football game or never mind, the Tanya Harding thing. You know you can't beat this woman. Nancy's a much better skater, so what do? You hire a couple goons to break her kneecaps. It's the only way you can win. They need to break Trump's kneecaps, figuratively speaking. They can't have this guy get to November 5th. You undoubtedly at this point know there are going to be one more, I don't know. They're not going to stop. You can tell the flailing that's going on right now, they're not going to stop. So, let's take some things here. FJB, GFY, yeah, they want to sell our country. Bingo. You can't let it happen. You got to get out there. Hey, you, leave our Trump alone. Love that. Love that. They're all going crazy. I mean, there are people just absolutely going nuts on X. They're screaming from the top of their lungs. They're posting the craziest stuff. It doesn't matter. I sit back and go, look at this insane asylum. These people are just running crazy. It's like they have nothing else to talk about. Which I understand, because she gives them nothing to talk about. Let's all pray and where'd that go? That went so fast. Somebody said, let's pray and fast for Elon. Yeah, we may have to. We may have to. Lord, it's just nuts. We need to protect Trump. Robin and I are going to a meeting of Trump supporters here in South Florida next week. So I'm going to walk in. It's here in Boca, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, and somebody just mentioned, where did that go? Man, things do go fast. That's why we have slow mode. I don't know if I put it on. Sorry, mods. I might have to click the button again. But you also know what's happening in California, right? With Gavin Newsom, as Trump says, where he's outlawed memes and he's trying to put Elon in jail as well. It's a concerted effort across the Democrat spectrum at this point. They all want this guy gone. They need him gone. Let no evil prosper where we need to play our part. We have to stay in constant prayer for President Trump. Yeah, I believe that too. I believe we need to stay in prayer. We need to watch out what's going on, because Trump needs the angels around him. It's really bad. I'll take us a couple more. We are in the last days. That very well could be. And I do see this kind of panic that they're exhibiting, which doesn't seem natural. It almost seems supernatural. Their religion of baby disposal is now blinding him. She got up on stage today and just vomited over and over Trump's baby disposal ban. I think she said it 4 times in the first 2 sentences. It's overwhelming them. All they can think about is disposing babies, disposing. It's so important to us. That's all we need. If we could just not have that. An entire speech about it. And I'm thinking to myself, what is going on in your mind where you don't care what people can afford to eat, what they can afford to live, what the safety of the nation is? You're telling me above everything, all of that, baby disposal. That is the number one issue as far as she's concerned. She gave an entire speech about it in Atlanta. And you know why it pissed me off? I looked at the crowd in Atlanta. I knew who she was talking to. You could almost hear it in her demeanor, that fake accent that she does all the time. You could basically hear it. She was talking to black people. The message she was giving was to black women. And she's pounding this home, and I'm thinking to myself, you want to call yourself a woman of color. You want to call yourself and have people look at you as, a black woman. And you're telling other black women, you piece of crap politician, you're telling other black women that the biggest thing that they have to understand is their ability to dispose of babies. You disgust me. You absolutely disgust me. I want to know how many of you guys know who Tony Dungy is. Tony Dungy is, I think he won a Super Bowl. Let me see. He was coach of Peyton Manning. Not sure if he actually won the Super Bowl, but Tony Dungy, great football coach, was a great football player. He's actually in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. He saw one of her speeches, and in one of her speeches, he had to respond. And it was one of her tweets. Look at what she tweeted here. Let me move this comment so you guys can see this. because this is bad. I'm reading her exact words. I might have to put something in there, but because of people upstairs, but I want you to just read this. One does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree the government, and certainly Donald Trump, should not be telling a woman what to do with her body. And you know what that's code for. You should be able to do whatever you want in disposing of this baby, and your faith is agnostic. It doesn't matter. Her words. You don't have to abandon your faith. You can still do this and be a faithful person. Really? It's a sin. So Tony Dungy, which I love, called her out. Dear Vice President Harris, I hear you make this statement all the time. Exactly what, quote, faith are you talking about when you say you don't have to abandon it to support baby disposal? Are you talking about the Christian faith that says all babies are made in the image of God, Genesis 1:26, that God places them in the womb, Jeremiah 1:5, and that we should not take any life unjustly, Luke 18:20? Are you talking about that faith or some nebulous general faith that says we're good enough and smart enough to make our own decisions? What faith exactly are you talking about? And that went out to 8 million people. That post was featured on Fox News today. I loved it. I loved that a man of God, a man of influence who has coached many NFL players, not going to reach them all, some of these guys are knuckleheads, came out and said, what do you mean you don't have to abandon your faith? Your faith is your core belief system. You're out there as the vice president of this nation telling people, don't worry about it. You're going to be okay. Just do this. Take care of business, and your faith will be fine. Yet she calls herself, I don't know, I haven't heard her talk about her religion, but you're telling other people, just put it on the shelf for a day. Not even a day, like 4 or 5 hours. We're going to take you to the blue bus. We're going to fix you up. Then you can go back to being who you were. And Tony Dungy's like, no, man, you can't do that. You can't do that at all. What do you think about that? You think you can not abandon your faith? Yeah, she pretty much said that. That's what our vice president just said. You ain't got to worry about God. Don't worry about it. It'll be all right. Just go ahead and get that thing out of you. Nobody should tell you that, and your faith shouldn't limit you either. You're telling millions of young women of all ages, colors, everything, whatever faith it is, because I'm pretty sure, although Tony Dungy was talking about the Christian faith, I'm pretty sure the Muslim faith might have a frown on that as well. I'm pretty sure a couple different faiths would have a problem with what Kamala just said. She just pissed off a ton of people. How dare you? Who the hell are you to get up on, actually you weren't on stage, but to post something like that and say this, just look the other way. Hank, come on, we'll take care of you, and then you can go back to doing that thing you do. Whatever it is. Well, yeah, that's compromising. That sure is compromising. Mark Smith says, my Bible tells me otherwise. Somebody said the Lord is on his way. What are they doing with them? Yeah, it's funny. The reason why they're afraid of Elon is because I can't answer that question here. You see, if I were to start talking about some of that stuff, oh my, I might just get blasted into the ether. They don't want you talking about that. No. They don't want you. No. And so with what everything Elon allows, and he allows you to talk and say what you want, they know they need to stop him. Because without Elon, the rest of us have to succumb and not say or mention certain words, certain things. We have to talk in code. Whereas over there on X, you say whatever you want. There's nobody stopping you. But it's kind of hard for me to transfer 300,000 people onto X. Y'all can go over, check me out, but I ain't got 300,000. Elon has 12 children. Yes, he does. And he lost one to these people. The woman is possessed by demons. People should be voting biblically, the word of God. You know, I am probably as adverse to baby disposal as anybody. I understand people make mistakes. We're not perfect. I understand all that. But I can't ever think it's okay to look the other way on your God. You know, you're going to deny me 3 times before the cock crows type thing. You're going to say, oh yeah, he might not notice this. Let me just take care of this real quick. He won't see this, will he? You don't have to abandon your God. You can still do that and just do this. Don't worry about it, girl. That's a whole different level of evil at that point. It's funny how disclosure is falling right in line with all of these pre-apocalyptic happenings. Jesus was an extraterrestrial. God says, thou shalt not do it. Yep, absolutely. I can't, it's somebody, you guys have some good things. I can't even put them up because the people upstairs would absolutely freak out. They can't shut us up. Yeah, I love this. They can't shut us up. All they can do is try and force us to not talk. It's unbelievable. It's just, there's always adoption. I'm late. What coming? Rewind it if you're late. Go ahead and just rewind it. God said, see, this should be it right there. God said, if you deny me, I will deny you. Is it worth being lost in eternity because you listened to Kamala Harris? Man, that's absolutely crazy. So, anyway, that was the breaking news on Elon Musk. Now, let me move to story number 2, which is probably, in my estimation, as big of a bombshell as story number 1. We will continue to monitor story number 1 because it's Friday and they just dumped it. Now, story number 2. Let's segue. Or you know what? Maybe I can show you something else, then we'll segue. Because something happened today that also is kind of crazy. And I want to show you something. See if you guys can see this and pull it up for you to take a look at. Yes, you can see it. Okay, so almost on every show I talk to you. I know some of you have made the call and some of you haven't. But I told you. I told you what was coming. Kevin was on the show. He told you what was coming. Just so you know, at this point, gold is at its highest price ever. This is a 1-day chart. Okay, let's move this into like a 30-day chart. Ooh, see what's happening? Let's move it into a 60-day chart. See a trend line? You see something happening there? You see what's going on? And we can go to a 6-month chart. Boom, straight up. It's straight up. Highest price ever. If you are in a position, even if you have to combine with a couple people together, the gold, as I started telling you a month ago, was going to shoot up. And I told you the other day when they lowered the interest rates, and I told you, I said, what's going to happen is the dollar is going to devalue and gold is going to go up. I didn't need a crystal ball. I've seen the historical charts. I know what's happening in the economy. Trust me. If you can, you need to put away some money and you're not buying anything, you're just exchanging currency. Get some gold. If you see what's going on in the world right now and what may happen here in America, you may want to prepare and pay attention. You know that Lear Capital is a big supporter of this show. If you want to be protected in the event that things go off the wall, I advise you to look into buying gold and silver. We are all just one catastrophic event away from the value of the American dollar plunging. Do you know what's not plunging? Gold and silver. In fact, gold hit an all-time high recently. In fact, I think it hit it again today. I'm telling you now, make sure that you have some form of your money invested in precious metals. Lear Capital will ship your gold or your silver coins directly to your house. It's not just a certificate. You can store them in your gun safe, or you can store them off-site in a 24-hour protected facility. It's totally up to you. But when things go crazy here, or across the world, the value of the American dollar is going to decline. It's inevitable, and it might not even take a war. We may do it to ourselves. And I mean, if the Federal Reserve plays around with interest rates, the US dollar will likely decline in value as well. Meanwhile, you'll see gold and silver continue to rise in value. If you call Lear Capital, they will take the time to educate you and answer all of your questions about gold and silver. Just give them a call at 800-601-5430 or go to Learberry, that's me, Learberry.com, to download your free de-dollarization report. You should know that Lear Capital is an American company. If you call them today, you'll be speaking with people right here in the United States. Now is the time to take action. Don't wait until after the election. That could be too late. We all want Trump to be elected. But if he isn't, or if they find a way to steal it, you'd better be prepared. Call 800-601-5430 or go to Learberry.com. And when you call, ask them how you can get up to $15,000 in bonus gold with a qualifying purchase. There's absolutely no obligation to buy anything. Just free information on protecting your hard-earned dollars with gold and silver. You know, when you think about it, you're actually not buying anything. You're simply going to be exchanging dollars for gold, moving currency. Give them a call today. Tell them Barry sent you.
A local Philadelphia ABC affiliate is now being accused of editing its interview with Kamala Harris on Friday to hide her rambling word salad response when asked about how she would tackle inflation. I want you to watch these two clips. First, here's the actual word salad response from the full interview that ABC posted on the website. Watch this.
When we talk about bringing down prices and making life more affordable for people, what are one or two specific things you have in mind for that?
Well, I'll start with this. I grew up a middle-class kid. My mother raised my sister and me. She worked very hard. You know, I grew up in a neighborhood of folks who were very proud of their lawn. You know, we as Americans have a beautiful character. You know, we have ambitions and aspirations and dreams, but not everyone necessarily has access to the resources that can help them fuel those dreams and ambitions. So when I talk about building an opportunity economy, it is very much with the mind of investing in the ambitions and aspirations.
There you go, a non-answer. Now here's the clip of what actually aired on the local news broadcast at 6 p.m. on the local ABC station. You can see how it was edited to remove Harris's rambling response and instead went straight to her explaining economic policies. Watch this.
We touched on a range of topics, including the economy, maybe biggest on the mind of voters. And on that, I asked her to get specific.
When we talk about bringing down prices and making life more affordable for people, what are one or two specific things you have in mind for that?
So when I talk about building an opportunity economy, it is very much with the mind of investing in the ambitions and aspirations and the incredible work ethic of the American people and creating opportunity for people, for example, to start a small business. So my opportunity economy plan includes giving startups a $50,000 tax deduction to start their small business. It used to be $5,000. Nobody can start a small business with $5,000. Opportunity economy means, look, we don't have enough housing in America. We have a housing supply shortage. And what that means, in particular for so many younger Americans, the American dream is elusive. It's just actually not attainable.
More of the same, Congressman User. They edited her answer to make her look better. It was still a word salad, by the way.
That was the interview after the debate. Now, if you guys saw my title there, the whistleblower is real. I had reported last week sometime about this whole whistleblower affidavit. And since then, I've gotten emails and people have hit me on Twitter. It's like, hey man, it's fake. Nobody's talking about it. Nothing's happening. And I would ask people, what do you expect to see happen? What was the result of finding out about the whistleblower that would make it real for you? Are you waiting for the mainstream media to blow up on one of their own? Because that's not going to happen. And when you pose that question to people, you kind of saw the RCA dog where they tilt their heads. You're looking on ABC, CNN, MSNBC to validate the fact that this affidavit was filed against ABC News, and you're expecting them to do a story on themselves. You understand what you just said. How about when you actually see legal documents, understanding what you're reading? Well, it could have been forged, Barry. We don't even know. Somebody just may have dropped it off. Who knows? Okay. Make every excuse that you want. Every possible excuse. But what happens when you find out it's real? When you find out it's real, and what you really find out is everybody's trying to keep this thing under wraps. Nobody wants to talk about it. Okay, well, unfortunately, there's a person out there that a lot of people attack constantly who keeps scouring the internet and court filings to see what's going on. You know I'm talking about Laura Loomer. She can't even put stuff up on YouTube. But luckily she has a big X account. And today, breaking exclusive by Laura Loomer, the ABC whistleblower who claimed that ABC News gave Kamala Harris the presidential debate questions ahead of the presidential debate has exclusively given me a copy of the official complaint filed with the SEC today. It's down there. We now have an official complaint filed with the SEC. As of today, the Securities and Exchange Commission has acknowledged receipt of 2 complaints lodged against Disney, the owner of ABC News. The complaint seen below states that ABC News and their parent company Disney colluded with the Kamala Harris presidential campaign to influence the presidential debate on September 10th and to further influence the outcome of the 2024 presidential election. And I love that she copied David Moore and Lindsay Davis. Boom. This thing went from a rumor of some affidavit to now an actual federal filing. Now it can't be ignored. Now you can't look the other way. Well, I can't say that because the media will. You can't look the other way. Now you know it's actually a true story. I guarantee you Trump's going to get this. And he's going to have his attorneys dig into the SEC, basically pull that complaint and see everything that this person has dropped into this complaint. Now the SEC, the same SEC that's going after Elon Musk, now has to basically come clean and go, yeah, we've got a verified complaint. Maybe that's why today they decided to up the ante and go after Elon Musk instead of, waiting for people to come to them about this thing with the whistleblower. This is Nagasaki. Let's continue with what was written here. The complaint shows documents uploaded to the official SEC complaint system and a screenshot of the uploaded file that the whistleblower claims contains evidence of this collusion. Below are the documents that were exclusively provided to me today. That's down below. Submission number, and she gives the actual case number. Anybody, excuse me, any lawyer can now use that case number and go pull up the complaint. It's been filed successfully on Friday, September 20th, that is today at 8:55 a.m. Second submission, there's a case number. Those two case numbers are different. Was submitted successfully at 10:16. So this person, whoever they are, with their attorneys, filed 2 complaints with the SEC, and those complaints are sitting on file for anyone to review who has access. The whistleblower complaint that was submitted to the SEC today reads, and this is different than the affidavit, I have heard and observed conversations and have evidence in hand of ABC News, a wholly owned subsidiary of Disney Media Networks, which is a division of the Walt Disney Company, collusion between ABC News and the Kamala Harris campaign for the presidency of the United States. Maybe this is why she's all of a sudden freaking out. Maybe this is why she's like, oh my God, what do we do? It's out there now. It is my belief that the context of the conversations that ABC News and debate held on September 10th and at other various times before and after the debate, to influence the presidential election. I would like to emphatically state that I am not a Donald Trump supporter and have never voted for Donald Trump. The context of the conversations heard, among other observations, is that ABC News is working with the Kamala Harris campaign. You just saw Maria Bartiromo, whatever her name is, Maria Bartiromo, show you an edited of another ABC link, right? Where were we? The context of conversations heard, among other opposites, is that ABC News is working with the Kamala Harris campaign and that Disney may exact monetary or other future considerations if they aid in the election of Kamala Harris. That's new. I want you to read that again, okay? Because that is a bombshell in and of itself. He has heard and has referenced conversations and observations that say that ABC News is working with Kamala Harris and that Disney may exact monetary or other future considerations if they aid in the election of Kamala Harris. In other words, people, we now have a quid pro quo. You know, the same stuff that they tried to impeach Trump with. Now they have a candidate who may be involved with a quid pro quo. Do this for me, I'll do this for you. Disney, according to this filing, is working in a quid pro quo situation with ABC News. If you don't understand the ramifications of that, number one, let me know and I'll explain it to you, but OMG. This is devastating. And now it's on file. Albeit on a Friday, maybe not a lot of people dug into it, but I guarantee you one man, as I say in my intro, one man's going to be digging into it. I have sat idly by for years and watched the media on both sides of the political spectrum become nothing more than campaign ads for politicians. It is clear that there are multiple considerations being exchanged in this current presidential campaign. Multiple considerations being considered. I'll wash your back, you wash mine. Wow. Please note, this evidence contains personal information of mine and I wish for it to remain undisclosed for safety considerations for my family. This was a brief statement on a complaint that Laura's talking about, which was partially cut off in a submission photo. Here are the screenshots of the whistleblower's official complaint to the SEC today regarding their alleged claims of having evidence that ABC News gave Kamala Harris's campaign the questions for the presidential debate. And, as he said, or she, that there is consideration being done for future monetary gain. This has now been filed with the SEC. ABC News and Disney must issue a statement immediately. And she CC'd it to Team Trump. And here's the actual documents that were filed. Let me see if you can see them. Yeah. Here's the date, here's the time, here's all the different information on it. There's a page 2, which is basically what I just read to you down here. And it's all filed at this point, all of it. And here's a sequence of the documentation. He's got emails, a PDF with emails here. Oh, you guys can't see it. All right, anyway, there's emails, a screenshot, and a couple of screenshots. So there were a lot of people saying earlier, if this was true, it's over for ABC News. Now it appears to be actually real. It appears to be true. You've taken something, and basically, if it's not true, you have committed perjury, federal perjury. You took an affidavit, which people question. Oh, anybody can sign an affidavit. That doesn't really mean anything. Okay, it's under penalty of perjury, but you're saying it doesn't really matter, right? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Now he's taken it to the next level and filed an SEC complaint, which is huge. Means he filed documents with a federal agency. Nobody in their right mind is going to file false documents with a federal agency. You go to the big house for some years for that. So at this point, I'm considering it verified. I'm considering it true. Wow. The ramifications, what I just read to you, are mind-blowing. We've known that the deep state and the media have been, in collusion for years. Now we have actual proof from someone who worked inside ABC News, who heard the conversations, taped the conversations, understands that they're basically looking to exchange funds, which is fraud. Will Merrick Garland look into this? No, he won't. He'll probably try to bury it. And I haven't seen it yet. I'm waiting for a report. I'm waiting to see what happens. Mike Johnson, you going to do something about this? Because now you have a complaint in the federal docket. This is absolutely monumental, coming out right before the election. This was filed or posted earlier, and it was basically a recap of everything that was said in the complaint. But what I wanted to pay attention to down here was Senator Roger Marshall, who is, where's he from? I don't know where he's from. He's from Kansas, U.S. Senator from Kansas. Senator Roger Marshall, then an investigation into ABC News communication with the Harris-Walsh campaign, as well as into internal communications about the upcoming debate and if there were preconditions and plans for biased coverage. And then it also made it to, this is the Daily Mail. ABC urged to turn over any communications with Kamala Harris campaign after network rejected whistleblower claims of collusion. Congress is demanding that ABC News and Vice President Kamala Harris hand over any communications with the network and campaign team related to the debate earlier this month. I think somebody posted, I don't know, about a week ago, checkmate. I'm pretty sure that was Donald Trump. Checkmate. You can't get away from this. You cannot lie your way out of this. There is a federal document, a trail now. You got the affidavit. He swore it out. He sent it to Mike Johnson. He said there were tapes. And now he's filed a federal complaint with the SEC. And it has to be investigated. It just doesn't go away at this point. I mean, it's like walking into your police department and saying, hey, my husband beat me up. They just can't go. Just go home, go to sleep. What about my eye? All right, we got to go pick him up. At least we got to talk to him. At this point, it is evidence of a potential collusion between a presidential campaign and a television network. These two stories tonight, to me, on a Friday night, on a Friday evening, are monstrous. Absolutely monstrous. And it shows me right now, and it should show you right now, that there is no doubt in my mind that this woman is in big, big trouble. The media, and here's what I'm going to tell you to look for. Now that the media knows this was filed, watch the media begin doing some sort of disclosures. Watch the media begin kind of like backing away and not treating her with kid gloves anymore. Because you don't want to be accused of this. This was Dana Bash doing the Donnie Deutsch podcast. Now, Donnie Deutsch is on MSNBC, and of course, Dana Bash is on CNN. Take a listen to this.
And you guys made a very conscious decision not to fact check. And your logic is, and I could give an hour argument on each side of that. Look, that's not our job. That's the other candidate's job. I'm just curious, what went into that decision?
What was that? That was kind of the primary motivation of staying out of it, and also going on precedent. You know, you talk about 1960, that was the first televised debate. And really since then, there was one instance where there was a fact check and it didn't go well. And we just made a decision that we were, just as we didn't do in primary debates, because this is the first general election debate I've been involved in, and that CNN has been involved in, because it was always the Presidential Debate Commission, which is now pretty much defunct. But even in the primary debates, we said it's up to the candidates, because if it's an interview, like you just discussed with JD Vance, then I'm the person responsible for fact checking. A town hall, when it's you and the candidate and then voters who are there, you're the person in sort of the driver's seat. But we decided just to be traditional. And like you said, you can make an argument for an hour on either side of that. And, ABC made a different choice. Yeah. They decided that.
Did you hear what she just said? She just admitted that ABC made a different choice. They chose to interfere.
Clearly, and I was on in their meetings, and I haven't talked to them since, but it seems as an observer that they made a decision that Donald Trump is a unique character in American politics, and he uniquely lies.
Uniquely lies. Has anyone talked or even heard Kamala Harris speak? He uniquely, meaning the only one, he's one of a kind, he uniquely lies. Where every single time this woman opens her mouth, she just spews lies. When she can put a functioning sentence together, she lies. How do I know? Project 2025. How do I know? Trump baby disposal ban. It just comes out of her mouth. She has nothing else to say. So what you just said is that ABC was dealing with a character who uniquely lies, unlike, this great woman here.
And that even though Kamala Harris was clearly prepared to call him out on that, they thought that it was their job to do it as well. And like I said, you can make an argument for that also. But I do journalistically, it's keeping an even hand.
Ooh, she's having a hard time here. This is a woman who's been on CNN and on broadcast television for quite some time, and she's having to couch her words because she knows ABC screwed up.
And as much as you can, understanding that you're not dealing with two of the same individuals who don't approach the truth in the same way is important, but very tricky.
Oh, very tricky, all right. Very tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky. It is tricky. You lied and you cheated. And it's funny, I've seen some comments here. I caught a couple of them. Saw this one. It said, it's something, but not enough, Barry. If this was Trump, they would be pulling him out. It won't be seen until after the election. Waiting to see. Whose fault is that? You see, when I see a comment like what you just wrote, that tells me where the problem is. The problem is that people are waiting for the media to do their work. You're telling me right there, well, nothing's going to happen because they're going to bury it until after, the election. And at that point, it's going to be over and nobody's ever going to see it. Okay, so you're commenting here. Are you not posting this on X and Facebook and every place else? Are you not going and taking that stuff from Laura Loomer and say, hey guys, you need to look at this? And if you're not, you have to ask yourself, why are you not being the media? There is no reason for any one of you right now to wait and wait for the media to do the job that you could be doing. It's 2024, people. We are all the media. When you post something on X, it has a 20-minute lifespan, but it could be seen by many people. It could take one person to retweet or repost what you've written, and it could be seen by hundreds. It could, imagine, I don't know how many people are in the chat right now, but if 1,000 people took Laura Loomer's tweet and said, you guys need to look at this, and just put it out there, just repost what she put there. If you put it on Facebook or wherever else you go, you are the media. You cannot rely on these people. They're liars. What you don't understand is that you could have a voice as big as theirs. Stop relying on traditional media. Well, they're not going to do anything, so it's going to be fine. You're not going to change, and I'm not going to change anybody on the left's mind. Nobody is going to change their mind. It's those people in the middle, those few people, how many there may be, that we need to reach collectively. That's why during the morning, 6 a.m., I'm tweeting or posting. And I'm doing a video here, and then after here, you'll see me posting it again. Hey, everybody, you need to see what Laura Loomer put out. You need to see this thing. And letting people know. And you're sitting there, well, they're not going to do anything. Who cares what they're going to do? I want to know what you're going to do. You're a Trump supporter. That man took a bullet for us. That man said, fight, fight, fight. He didn't say, wait, wait, wait. You're letting him down. We're all in this together. And any one of you guys who say right now, well, they're not going to do anything with it anyway, who cares? The entirety of this show tonight was to tell you, you now have some ammunition to get out there and start talking. You got 40 days. You're telling me you can't give up 40 days of your life to actually become the media at this point? I made a decision on March 18th. Robin could tell you. She's probably in the chat right now. On March 18th, I said, you know what? I can't sit by and let this happen anymore. Well, what are you going to do? I don't know. I did a dolphin stuff, honey. What do you think? Yeah. Let me flip the switch on. Hey, how you doing? I'm Barry. I'm going to talk about Donald Trump. And every day since then, I've been talking about Donald Trump. I didn't wait for the media. Now I have an audience bigger than some of the people in the media. And all it took was on March 18th for me to flip the switch. Turn on the lights. Let's go. Let's rock. Every single one of you, get out there. You're not waiting. You're fighting. And I don't mean to single you out, buddy, that came on there. But I'm just trying to get you out of that mindset. I'm trying to get you in the huddle right now and say, hey, man, it's 3rd and 1. Let's get that friggin' first down. I know you're hurting. I know you're tired. I know you're up against a big adversary. But we're all in this team together. We're in this huddle. And I'm going to put my big fingers in the dirt and look to see what I can grind out and block this guy and take him on. Who are you willing to take on? Or you just want to sit here in a comment and go, man, this is tough. What are we supposed to do? It's just me. On March 18th, I thought it was just me. I did. I'm like, what do? I have a small audience that people used to watch me for the Miami Dolphins, but nobody watched me for Donald Trump stuff. No one. You can go back and look at the history and you can see the first video. And I said, I just can't take it anymore. I said it to myself. I am mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm not going to wait for MSNBC and CNN and ABC and even Fox to dictate what I'm going to do to get this man elected. I'm urging, I'm demanding, I'm compelling you. You're not alone. You're 300,000 people strong. Let's get to work, man. Let's fight like he fought. I'm trying to build you up, not take you down. This isn't going to happen unless all of us get together. The information I've given you tonight, those 2 stories, just 2 stories. We've gone an hour just on talking on 2 stories. They're going after Elon Musk, and they're going, and the media is colluding with Cackle. You're up against an adversary who is willing to cheat, to lie, to kill, to win. And so if you tell me I need to wait and see what the media does, no, because if you truly believe they're after him because he's in the way of them coming after us, then you better be ready. You can't wait to see what happens. You can't wait. Boom, checkmate. Yeah, get up there. Yeah, with that the other day, Trump said that. Get your ass up, Harry. We're going to vote. Come on, Harry. Every single Harry in this chat, talk him up. Dude, go to a meeting. Go to a meeting. Be a poll watcher. Get out there. Get in the fight. Don't be a couch sitter. Unless you're disabled and you can't get there, of course. But then pick up the damn phone and tweet. Pick up your phone, which every single one of you have, or a computer, because I can see you, and start doing this. Post. Post. Oh, shut up. You're blocked. Post. Keep it going. It takes you nothing. It literally, if that tweet by Laura Loomer, let me just show you. Okay, let me just break it to you. All right, so here is Laura Loomer's tweet, post, right? That's her right there. All you have to do is come down here, and you see this little thing here with the funky looking arrows? It's going to say right here, do you want to quote it or repost it? If you repost it and hit that button, you're done. It just goes out. If you hit this thing, quote, you can say words ahead of it. You can say, great work, Laura. We got to go get them. That would take you literally, even if you're the worst typer, 10 seconds. 10 seconds? You don't have 10 seconds to spend? And then do it again in an hour? 20 seconds? Come on, people. Let's as they said at that flight in Pennsylvania that went down, let's roll. Let's roll together. I'll be there with you. You can tag me. Hey, Barry, I did it at Barry Cunningham. And I can see you did it. And then I can go right for it. You know, in fact, let's start something tonight. I will be the first person to do it. Let me see if I'm going to have to open up a different window because I have to go to my actual account because the one that's on the screen was a dummy account. So this is my actual account. And so I'm going to have to look up Laura Loomer. I want to show you specifically how easy this is. All right. This is my account. I'm going to look up Laura Loomer because I was looking at it on the other account. You could actually put a stopwatch on me, right? So I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to find that. Where is that tweet that she put out there? Let's find it. That's Judge Merchan. She tweets so much. Come on, Laura. Where is it? Okay. So this is her tweet. Right? So I want you to do this tonight. Even if you can only do it once. I want you to hit that little squiggly button and I want you to hit quote. And then I want you to just type this. Great reporting at Laura Loomer. I don't know why I have my caps on. Okay. I'm not yelling at her, so let me go ahead and change that. Okay. Just watch me. Great reporting at Laura Loomer. It's going to pop up. You see that? Now, before I hit send, I want you to do this. I just want you to do hashtag Fanfare. Can you do that? Can you do that? Can you just put great reporting Laura Loomer hashtag Fanfare? That's all I want you to do. And then when you hit post, I want you to see what happens. When you hit post, okay, there it goes. Now I'm going to go to my profile. And that's me, my big mug right there. And there it is, right there. Great reporting. It's now on my profile. It took me twice because I had caps on. But you can see right there, it's sitting there, right? Then if I ever click this button here, what's going to happen is I'll be able to see tomorrow all the people who put that thing in Fanfare. And that'll show up. So these are old ones. Other people use it, the hashtag. But tomorrow or later tonight, I will see everybody who did that. I will be able to tell how many of you actually got in the game. How many of you are really, really willing to fight? Or are you just waiting? You just want to be on the sidelines. I want you in the game. Trump needs you in the game. But we have to keep it funky and give the facts. Yeah, you don't have to write what I wrote there. You can put in whatever message to Laura that you want. Let her know that, hey, thank you for putting this out there, because most people don't want to do it. She gets trashed. She gets destroyed. People, unbelievable. But you can't, that's an actual court filing, SEC filing. Just do it. Yeah, you can put in there hashtag MAGA country. Do whatever you want to do. Done. See, that's it, man. That's it. Done. And if you go on X, if you don't have an X account, I understand you don't have to. But if you're letting her know, she's going to see this all of a sudden. Go, wait a minute, what is this hashtag Fanfare thing? Who are these people that are supporting me, pushing my message out, amplify it? See, you don't have to have a big megaphone. You can just hop on someone else's back who does have a big megaphone and just let her know, I'm with you, Laura. I'm with you, Barry. Let's go ahead and get this out there. Let people know. And then do it again tomorrow. You can do it as many times as you want. You just keep posting it. And eventually this thing's going to catch fire. And people are going to start talking about it. And you don't have to worry about the media because we don't care about them. We're trying to reach other people. Thank you for your support. Okay. Praying is another way to fight. Yeah, absolutely. Keep pushing it. Just don't wait. Just don't. Somebody goes, I'm a good-looking guy. I'll get readers. I did it, Barry. Okay, so now I need to go back to my account and so I can show you guys, because some of the people have done it. Let me see. Let me show you. Okay, so. Okay. Let's do this. Now let me pull it up. Let me close this. Let me go into here. And put that up. Let's look. Let's look at hashtag it's just this easy. Hashtag Fanfare and see, how many people have done it. And there's boom, mind blowing. Laura, Fanfare, just that quick. Bitcoin Poker has 882 followers. They posted it. There's me. Great reporting, Soxy. See, that's the game. That's it. That's all you got to do. Everybody can do that. I'll tell you, she's going to wake up, or if she's not asleep, she's going to what the hell happened? Who are these Fanfare people, and why are they tweeting at me? You are now in the game. You are now in the fight. You can say anything you want on this platform. That platform being over there, not here. Don't wait. These are big stories. The media may not cover either one of them. It's time for you to become the media. We're all the media. You no longer have to go to school to be a journalist. Every single one of us started out with this, a phone and a computer. And then we end up getting lights, and we get a camera, and we get multiple monitors, and then we get software as things grow. But you can start just with this. I'm mad as hell, and I ain't gonna take it anymore. Post. I'm mad as hell, and I ain't gonna take it more. Hashtag Fanfare. I'll see it. I'll start tracking it. I'll push your stuff out. Other people can track it and push your stuff out. We're all in this together. I just want to see Trump win, and I don't want to see what's happening right now with this media and how they're colluding to take this man down and how they think that their shit doesn't stink. They're not that big. They are ordinary people. Don Lemon found that out. Don Lemon got booted from CNN, decided he was going to jump on YouTube. Hey, man, I'm Don friggin' Lemon. I'm going to jump up on in here and show people, I got it that way. Oh, nobody's watching my stuff. Nope, Don, sorry. Different ball game. You see, these people are only people of magnitude because they're being built up by these networks. And they're on all the time. But then when they jump in and start talking to real people and try to create a YouTube channel or something, then they find out, wait, oh, hey, I don't have the production company. I just can't walk on, have the makeup done, teleprompter ready. Hey, it's 6:05 p.m. and it's Barry from CNN. And tonight we're going to talk. Nah, man, shit ain't working. We want real people with real messaging. You're not going to do it here. Don Lemon found out. You know who else found out? Chris Cuomo found out. He left CNN, tried to do some stuff on his own, and then he's with News Nation or something now. He's like, this stuff's too hard. These people will eat you up. They're not used to people talking back at them. You see, when I talk, we get comments. As of right now in this show, as of right now, there have been over 7,500 comments. Slow night. Sometimes we get 15, 20. Debates, we might get 40. Rallies, 30. And in those comments, you better have some moderators because people are going to come at you. Don't worry about people coming at you on Twitter. If they come at you on Twitter, unlike YouTube, one click, block. Done. Just talk to people you need to talk to. All right, so tomorrow at 1:30, we've got the Trump rally. Oh, wait a minute. I can't go. I don't even know. I don't check the entire time. But there may be some people that I have to recognize, so hold on for a second. I can't sign off yet. I don't want to disrespect anybody. Okay, so let me go ahead and address these people who have funded before I talk about the rally. Okay, here we go. Make this a little bit bigger. Scroll up, and now we're good. All right, just a couple. Good, it'll be quick. JD365, fantastic as always, Barry. Thank you for what you do. Thanks, Barry, for a tutorial on X. I've been reposting, but didn't know I could add a comment. Game changer for me. Go for it, man. And please retweet my post about the show. I tagged you. I will definitely do so. There's a couple up here that didn't show up for some reason. Melvin Blodgett, Barry, you are the man inspiring a community with optimism and drive behind the silver EIB. That was the Rush Limbaugh. Rush had the golden one. Thank you very, very much. Let me click off of that and get to this one. Donna, thank you. Thank you for your appreciation as well. All right, guys, we got this big rally up in Wilmington, North Carolina tomorrow. It starts at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Love to have you guys join us. Our rallies are really a lot of fun. Get in here tomorrow at 1:30. Thank you very much for tuning in.